Hello YouTube, Helen the Russian here. So this video has nothing to do with rideshare. It's about New Year's resolutions, goals, and how everybody's going with it. The reason I thought I'd make this video because in my, I think I mentioned previously, I'm motivational life and wellness coach, and I'm already getting clients coming in and talking about how they failed and or worried that they're not keeping up with the program, or worried they will fail pretty soon. So, and we're only 2 weeks into January, but here we go. And that's very normal. That happens every year. And usually it starts second week of January, and by usually beginning of February, mid-February, a lot of people, the goals, the resolutions all went by the wayside, meaning people didn't keep them and they gave up. So what's up with that? Main reason being is very often, say for instance, your goal was to start this new diet. You wanted to lose some weight and you started and you were going pretty good, but then something happened, you had a stressful day, or you had to go to this big function and whatnot, and boom, you blew your diet. Well, here is the thing, and then you go, well, there's no point doing it, look at me, I can't do any of it, it's just not feasible, it's not gonna happen. Well, forgive yourself. The most important thing when this happens is to forgive yourself, not beat yourself up over it. And the reason being is if you have negative emotions associated with the fact that you blew your diet or whatnot. Now, keeping beating yourself up over it's gonna create more negativity, which in turn it's all related. What it's gonna do, it's gonna come full circle to eating more, comfort eating, or doing things that are ultimately not good for you, because generally stress and negative emotions, that's what ends up happening. So straight away, first of all, you need to acknowledge that, yep, this happened. Again, face the truth. No reason to lie, no reason to come up with excuses or say, oh, I couldn't help it and whatnot. It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter why it happened. See, look, it happened. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. Tomorrow is a new day. And yes, sometimes depending on how lofty your goal is, yeah, sometimes you take one step forward, two steps backwards, but keep pressing on. If you keep pressing on, eventually you'll make headway. I promise you, I guarantee you that. So first step, acknowledgement. Second step, forgiving yourselves and like, okay, that happened, that's fine, I'm gonna put that behind me and start new, and just start again. And it's not necessarily really starting again, it's just keeping on with the program, just going on with it. And next time, that's another good thing to do, is to think about what actually triggered it. Yeah, like if you were doing good like for a week or for 2 weeks and suddenly you blew it, sit down and think about what triggered it. Like, what happened? Was it a really stressful day, and did you kind of went and gotten into old pattern when you're having a stressful day, and comfort eating help you, or comfort drinking, or comfort drug taking, whatever it might be. It might be a lot of things. But it's never late to start all over again. And addicts, like people who go to AA and Narcotics Anonymous, they can tell you that there are people who have their 300-day coin, or sometimes 600-day coin, and they blow it, and they know all you need to do is forgive yourself, dust yourself off, and start all over again. If you need, like I said, think about what triggered it, try to avoid those triggers, try to analyze the triggers. If you feel you can't on your own, definitely seek help in terms. Sometimes it doesn't have to be professional. You don't have to go to a counselor or someone like myself. Talk to your friends. If you're actually going to AA or NA, then talk to your sponsor. Make sure there is a lifeline somewhere in there, someone you can call, text, say, hey, you know what, I'm being triggered, I'm afraid I'm gonna do something stupid that I'm gonna regret, and see if this person can talk you through it, or maybe they can come and get you, or maybe they can remove you from that situation altogether. There are ways around it. So, but main thing is, don't just go, well, that's it, I blew it, I'm done, no point in trying again. That's not how it works. Another important thing is to reward yourself for the achievements, no matter how small or insignificant you think the achievement is. You need to reward yourself, but again, you make sure that reward is not something that's gonna set you back on your goal, depending on what the goal is. So like, say for instance, if your goal is losing weight and dieting, obviously don't reward yourself with a piece of cake. Instead, do something different that will give you pleasure, and it has to do with necessity of triggering dopamine into your brain, so reward chemical. So it's all, I've talked about it before, it's really when you break everything down, it's all about chemicals in the brain. It's really not a rocket science. It is a science, but not a rocket science. It's not that hard. Once you understand how it works, it's so much easier to manage. And so the reward could, like, say for instance, you kept up with the diet and exercise program for a week. Seems like really a short period of time when your goal is for the whole year to drop whatever, could be 30 pounds. But you need to reward yourself. So how you do that? Go and have a nice little shopping trip, or go to the spa, or take a nice little trip to Red Rock, as a matter of fact, you know, if you feel like it, because I was just talking about Red Rock in the previous video, or someplace nice, to Mount Charleston, where you can commune with nature and enjoy yourself, or spend the time with the friend, but the friend who understands your goals, meaning not a friend whose house you're gonna come over and say you're on a diet, and they pile all that yummy stuff on the table, and now you feel bad about not eating any of it. So not that kind of friend. The supportive friend that understands your goals and know how to behave to support you versus to trigger you. So for instance, like, I'll give you an example from my personal life. I like to travel. I really enjoy traveling. I've been fairly busy in the last 5 months. It's very unusual for me not to go anywhere in 5 months period, and I haven't. I came back from Canada, I think September 1st or 2nd, and haven't been anywhere since then. I thought about going to Nashville, I think, in October and whatnot, and I just got busy with my businesses and with a lot of other things, and so I didn't. So it's also important to plan a trip ahead so you can have something to look forward to. So I already booked a trip to California. I go to California occasionally. I talked about it before, to Newport Beach, where I do nothing but literally walk on the beach like at least 3 hours a day, and then I just, you know, relax and enjoy, commune with nature. There is a doggy beach at the end of that, so I go and pet the doggies, which was my New Year's Eve goal. I wanted to pet more doggies, so there you go. And I made a progress on that. When was it, Saturday? There was a law enforcement appreciation event at the Police Memorial Park, and there were police doggies, and I pet police doggies, and I pet the horses, and I took the photos of it. So yep, I'm making a headway on my goal. But anyhow, so I booked the hotel already. I'm gonna go at the end of January 30th, as a matter of fact, for 4 days. And now that I have it booked and done, I have something lovely to look forward to. So it's at the moment, yeah, I'm not stressed about anything, but you know, you never know. You know how life is. Stress can happen any day. So if something happens, it's really good thing to go, oh, you know what? Let me just get through today. You know, it's just a day. I can manage, I can work with it. And then, you know, 2 weeks from now, I'm gonna go and walk by the ocean with my phone off, and no one's gonna bother me, and I'm just gonna enjoy life for 4 days, and it's gonna be fantastic. And you'll be surprised. Once again, it's all about chemicals in the brain. It will produce, not a huge amount, but it will produce certain amount of serotonin and dopamine, and you will feel better. Sometimes very little things make you feel better. Like, when was it though? I think last week sometime I know CES was in town, so, but it was midweek, so I'm gonna say, I don't know, maybe Wednesday. I didn't drive that much at all, so I'm gonna say Wednesday. I was giving a ride to this woman. I picked her up in one of the offices here on Warm Springs, and she was going to the Strip someplace. She had nothing to do with CES, but she was here on business unrelated to CES. And so, totally without thinking, like, she got in the car, and I guess I was just in that mood. I was just cracking jokes, like I was making sarcastic comments about the traffic and, you know, Californians, you know, I know it's my favorite topic of sarcastic comments, but she said, and then she cracked up, and then she said, you know what? Thank you. You were exactly what I needed at the end of the day that I had. I said, well, did something happen? She goes, no, it just was the kind of day. And she says, already you lifting my mood. And I wasn't doing anything. Like I said, I was just making smart ass remarks about various different things. And so we ended up having really just good conversation and whatnot. And she thanked me profoundly before she left the car. She said, thank you, you really, you can turn my day around. I'm okay now. You see what I mean? It's just a little thing. So sometimes all you need is a good friend who understands, and then you go, hey, you know, I had this shitty kind of day and whatnot, and you go and you have a chat, or you watch something that you know makes you happy. Like I mentioned before, the Russian cartoons from my childhood. I found a whole bunch of them on YouTube, and sometimes just watching them gets me in a really good mood. You know, I giggle, you know, it's all good. Sometimes it's just a stranger who cracks a joke and it makes you laugh, makes all the difference. So once again, those of you, and again, different people have different goals. Some of you might have financial goals. Still, reward yourself. Like you decided you're gonna pay off this massive debt, or even not so massive, but, you know, credit card and whatnot. Break it down to bite-sized pieces and make a headway. And once you made a headway, reward yourself, not with a shopping spree, not if financial goal is your resolution, but you can always find, like I said, spend the time with the friend, go commune with nature someplace. You know, there's plenty of beautiful parks in Las Vegas where you can go for free, and there are doggies around there, and you can pet a doggy and be happy, and it costs you nothing. Or do something that costs very little money but goes long ways. I mentioned Imperial Spa before. Locals, $20, you can spend the whole day in there, and it does amazing things for your well-being. So something like that will make a difference. And if you stumbled and made a mistake, don't give up. Important thing is not give up. Do not be a pessimist. You know, I know sometimes it's really hard to keep optimistic outlook on life. Trust me, of all people, I probably know it better than most. But you can find the way, and that knowledge does come with experience, meaning you'll try, and, you know, some things work and some things don't, but ultimately you figure out what does. Slow, baby steps, right? Baby steps. So here we are, January 14, 2 weeks into January. We have a whole year ahead of us. And I did say before, and I genuinely believe it, the 2019 is going to be an amazing year for a lot of people, like truly amazing. Some unexpected good things definitely going to happen. I just feel it. I'm quite intuitive. I read tarot cards, but that has nothing, you know, although tarot cards do say the same thing, like, and tarot cards, they're all about energy. I'm not a fortune teller. I cannot look at you and tell your future. That's not what it's about. But anyhow, so set yourself up for the fact. And again, if you, that's just another thing. If you sit in there and sulk and under the covers or whatever and go, oh, well, my life is shit, nothing is working out, you know, I bet that's not gonna work out either, I bet I'm gonna fail there, I bet, you know, my boss is never gonna get me promoted, I bet I never gonna get the raise, you know, well, guess what? That's exactly what's gonna happen, because that's what you're visualizing, that's what you're inviting, and that's the kind of energy you're creating. So important thing is create a different kind of energy. Visualize your goals, like literally visualize. Like say for instance, if your goal is to lose weight, picture yourself in those, you know, nice clothes, I don't know, 2 sizes, 3 sizes, 4 sizes smaller, whatever it is that you want to do. If you have financial goals, Picture yourself looking at your credit card statement showing zero balance, or at your bank balance showing whatever it is amount that you picture doing. If your goal is relationship, picture yourself walking hand in hand with whatever person. You may not even met that person yet, you just want somebody. Just picture yourself with the person and try to, from deep inside, try to feel that feeling. Like, how would you feel? Like, ask yourself, how would I feel if I have that special person right next to me and we just, walking down the street or walking in the park or having a sitting dinner, and try to imagine, like, close your eyes, imagine that feeling, that how would you feel, and try to, at least for a few seconds, to hold on to that feeling. That's what it's all about. I promise you, it's gonna happen. All right, everybody, keep up. Stick with your goals, stick with your resolutions, and let's all have fantastic 2019.